Hello, my name is Mary Beth McCarthy, and I'm the Business Services Coordinator with the Alameda County Workforce Investment Board. And we're here today to share with you some very good news about a program that has been very successful. It is the New Graduate RN Transition Program, and it is increasing employment opportunities for future health workforce in the state of California. We have some guests with us today, and I'm going to allow each one of them to introduce themselves. We'll begin right here on my left.
Hi, my name is Kimberly Kim. I'm a faculty member at CSU East Bay, and I'm also managing residency program at CSU East Bay.
I'm Diane Martinez, and I'm a graduate of the CSU East Bay nursing program in March of 2009.
My name is Grace Verlaine. I also am a Cal State East Bay graduate, 2009. I currently work at Kaiser Hayward Emergency Department as staff RN 2.
Hi, my name is Marlene Dia, and I also graduated from Cal State East Bay in 2009. I'm currently working as a research associate for the nursing department here at Cal State East Bay.
I do want to share very quickly that there is some modesty here that Dr. Kimberly Kim was the person who developed this program, and that has been so successful, so I felt like that needed to be said. We have some questions that we'd like to ask the panel, and please feel free to interject whenever you feel there's something that you want to specifically talk about on that particular question. And then we'll have also some questions for Dr. Kim from the perspective of the educational institution. So we're going to start with our first question for our RNs. How have these transition programs made a difference for you in terms of finding an RN job and or feeling confident in your role as a nurse?
I would say that on both of those counts, that the residency program was absolutely critical. Through the residency program, I had a residency at Valley Care Medical Center right in my hometown, and spent about 10 weeks on the medical surgical unit there. And just after that residency ended, within a week, the nurse manager from another floor came up and asked me and the other resident there if we wanted to interview for a job. And she said we were their first choices to interview, and we both got the jobs. So absolutely was key to be in the hospital, people seeing our work and being exposed to the people in the know and knowing what jobs were available. And also, I think it was key to keep our skills up. So the residency program allowed us to keep our nursing skills up while we were looking for a job and hoping to get a job at the hospital we were at.
I too am very grateful for these transition to practice programs. I think it was key to be in the hospital, like Diane said, but not only that, at the time that we graduated, a lot of hospitals were getting rid of their residency programs due to financial reasons. It was a difficult economic time for a lot of the hospitals. And so through the Work Investment Board and through the schools, we were allowed the opportunity to have a residency and to be seen by prospective employers, demonstrate our skills and our knowledge, and we're so thankful to the university and to the Work Investment Board for this transition to practice program.
That time after you graduate, that residency time is very critical for a lot of new grad nurses, because there's no way that we could have felt prepared enough coming straight out of school to just work on a floor without having that extra clinical practice. So this program was so just wonderful and amazing in providing that for us, because we could take refresher courses and pay for them, but they wouldn't have that clinical practice time, and we wouldn't really be allowed to make connections with these hospitals like we were able to do through the transition to practice program. So also as a nurse too, they really treat you as a nurse. They don't treat you like a student when you go into these hospitals as a residency student. So you really feel like a part of the group. You really learn so much more. You learn how to communicate with people. You learn how to just be a part of the team as opposed to just being a student.
Okay, another question that we are interested in hearing your perspective on is, Can you tell us a little bit about your job search prior to entering the transition program? Who would like to start?
I'd say collective groan.
I know.
Collective groan. We were, all of us, I know, because we were in interview processes together, all three of us, and many of our classmates. We applied to every new grad program, not just in our area, but sometimes 2 or 3 hours away from our area. And every new grad program that we applied to had anywhere from 700 to 1,000 new grads applying for usually 9 or 10 positions. So we made it down to final interviews, all three of us at several places, but it was very discouraging. And so at that time, in all honesty, I felt my only hope was Dr. Kim developing this program and getting us into the hospital. You have to have that exposure in the hospital for people to see. Then you're a known quantity, and that's what got us the jobs. There's absolutely no doubt in my mind.
I think that familiarity that the employer has with the preceptee is very important. I think a lot of the people that we interviewed with, the people who got hired, I got the sense already had a connection to the hospital. They were a known quantity. Whereas if you come in cold into a hospital and they don't know you, they interview you, you interview well, they're interested in you, but if they don't know you, you're least likely to be hired.
Many times we even saw at one of the hospitals that the people that got hired were people that already worked there as unit clerks, as in some other capacity.
Exactly.
So essentially it's what the residency program did. It got us in the hospital. So we were on equal footing with people that already were.
I agree. Yeah, totally.
Okay. Can you tell us a little bit about what type of clinical setting you were in for your preceptorship?
I was in Stanford University Medical Center, so it was a general surgery for liver kidney transplant, and so basically it's an acute care setting. We normally had about 4 patients to every nurse, and it was just a really great experience. It's a teaching hospital, of course, so they really just take the time to train their students, try to expose them to as many different skills as possible. It was just a really great experience.
My preceptorship was in Kaiser Emergency Room in Hayward, and that was a fantastic experience. I originally, back I guess in my second year of nursing school, I was part of a work-study program with Kaiser, and that also helped me as I went into this transition to practice program. And I already knew many people there, and so I felt like I could just build on the skills that I had, and they were reinforced, and so important to feel confident and competent in that field.
My residency preceptorship was always in Valley Care in a community hospital on a medical surgical floor that pretty much focused on bariatric surgeries, orthopedic surgeries, and also with some medical patients as well. And it was an excellent experience. It was a great place, to work. People worked as a team, and just this program really allowed us to get in there and see what it's like to work in a hospital as a nurse. It's one thing, preceptorship program during the nursing program, but to be a nurse with all of the responsibilities that includes, but all of the skills that you can now perform because you are a full-fledged nurse, and be able to do that still under the wing of an experienced nurse for those 10 weeks. That was just an incredible experience.
Came up with this wonderful idea, Dr. Kim. We have a few questions for you. Number one, once you developed the curriculum, what was your experience when you contacted the Workforce Investment Board?
Was quite supportive. I think I talked to you actually, and you were right there, and you were there to help us. The way I got impression, and you also talked with Roy, and he was also supportive of this program.
Yes.
And you liked our goals and whatever we're doing. Yes. You're supportive of our program as well as a student, who are in the program.
Yes.
So that was what I felt.
What was your experience with with the Workforce Investment Board and being able to have the university and these wonderful RNs benefit from your program that you developed?
Well, I wish this WIB is there everywhere. I wish, because it is a very. I mean, your organization is very supportive. Say, student who need to pay, right after graduation, do they have money to pay this much of money? Our tuition, in fact, is quite expensive compared to private school. It's not that expensive at all, but still they have to pay their money, right? But after graduation, without job, can they pay or can they support that much money that we ask? No, so you're available and you paid for them. That was great, and I don't know what to say, but just thank you for doing this kind of program for us.
Okay, that's great. Is there anything else that you would like to share?
Gratitude
We'll
to
take it.
Dr. Kim
Yes.
and to the Workforce Investment Board and you,
Yes.
Mary Beth, in particular. I know we agree, and there's just couldn't have done it without you, really.
And I really think that just to stress the importance of these residency programs, especially for new grad nurses, getting into a position where they feel competent and confident in their skills, it was a very important time for us just to develop our nursing practice.
I just want to say how much I appreciate this program. When we graduated, there was really nothing like this for us. Like, it had been unheard of, and for just for Dr. Kim to think of this, and for the Workforce Investment Board to come alongside, something so new and something that wasn't even proven. We didn't even know how it would work. To have such innovation and just such vision, I just can't even begin to say how much I appreciate it.
Yes.